Namaste. Welcome you all in NIOS video class. Today we are going to study Business Studies for class 10th. Lesson number 7. The name of the lesson is Communication Services. Before we have done part 1 of this chapter. Now let's continue with part 2. Objective. Define communication. State the element of the communication process. Explain the importance of communication in business. Identify the type of communication. Describe different means of communication. And the last is explain barriers of communication. Communication, a process of sharing facts, ideas, opinion, thoughts, and information through speech, writing, gestures, or symbols between two or more persons is termed as communication. In visual communication, we can communicate through pictures. I will explain it in detail in chapter. Process of communication always contain message which are to be transmitted between the parties. Feedback becomes an essential element in the process of communication. Communication process includes the following elements. The four parties in the process are sender, The person who sends the message, also known as the source. The next one is receiver. The person who receives the message is termed as receiver. Third is message. Subject matter of communication. It may contain facts, ideas, feelings, or thoughts. Is called message. And the last and important part in communication process is feedback. Receiver's response or reaction or reply to the message which is directed towards the sender. These are the four important elements of communication process: sender, receiver, message, and feedback. Importance of communication. First point, it is used to express facts, figures, and ideas. Second point, it is used within the firm as a means of controlling its operations, coordinating the activities of departments and employees and motivating personnel. It provides importance. It provides important external link between the firm its supplier and customers. Communication help in customer retention also to the customers who came to the market. Fourth point, communication helps business to operate efficiently as well as create a good public image. Fifth point, communication educates people, widen their knowledge and broaden their outlooks. Sixth point, it tries to overcome the barrier of language and personal contact. Seventh point, it helps people to know about new discoveries, new technologies, new products, etc. Eighth point, due to communication, more and more people are able to take advantage of achievements made by other. Communication spread any news, technology and new ideas from one person to another person. Now, new topic is type of communication. There are two types of communication. The first one is verbal communication and the second one is written communication. Verbal communication or oral communication. Communication with the help of words known as oral, verbal communication is made through words spoken. Written communication. Written communication may be visual, oral or gestural. These are the three written communication. First, visual communication. Visual communication is the transmission of information and ideas using symbols and imaginary that is called visual communication. Oral communication bells, whistles, buzzers, horns, etc. are also the instruments through which we can communicate our message. Through different sounds, we can pass different kinds of message and communicate through it. Communication with the help of these type of sounds is called oral communication. Gestural communication. Communication through the use of various parts of human body or through body language is termed as gestural communication. Let's take a break.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने,
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना जीवन स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने हम, अपना जीवन स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर। शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बाटे।
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने हम, अपना जीवन स्वयं बने हम, अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने स्वयं बने हम।
Means of communication. Before, we have read mode communication process. Now we are going to read means of communication, sending the message to the receiver or getting the feedback from the receiver. We need a medium which is called medium or means of communication. The passage of passing the message from sender to receiver is termed as means of communication. For example, to send any urgent message, we generally use telephone. For any important matter for which a written document is required, we use letter, telegram, fax, etc. Letters. Letters are the written form of communication. These can be sent or received by individual or organization. Second point, written messages in the form of letters can be delivered to the receivers through special messages, post offices, or private courier companies. They help us to reach to the receiver within the limited time period and help us to communicate in a balanced way. This method is mostly used where face-to-face communication is difficult or other means are not easily available. The cost involved is low in this means of communication. The cost is very low for the letters. You can easily send one letter from one place to another. Telegram. It is also a form of written communication by which message can be sent quickly to distant places. It is generally used when there is an urgency of communicating any important message. Telegram charges are payable on the basis of number of words used in written language. Including the address of the receivers and sender's name. Hence, telegraphic messages are within brief. Telegram charged per word. Telegram can also be sent by using telephone, which is called as phonogram. Phono means sound and gram means here is written symbol. Phonogram plays the messages in the recorded voice and pass it on to the desired destination. Telegram is an expensive means of communication. It was used in previous years. Nowadays, communication is so easy and technology has moved forward. Telephones. Telephone is a very popular form of oral communication. It is widely used for internal and external business communication. Telephone is mostly preferred as it helps in establishing instant contact between the parties of companies, both government agencies or both private agencies. Telex. Telex provide a means of printed communication using teleprinter. Teleprinter consists of machines installed at different places which are connected to a central exchange through cable. Telex was used by officers in previous years. Fax or facsmile is an electronic device that enables instant transmission of any matter which may be handwritten or printed, like letters, diagrams, graphs, sketches, etc.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने,
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने,
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो,
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने,
By using telephone lines, this machine sends the exact copy of the document to another fax machine at the receiving end. The main advantage of fax system are easy operation, instant transmission of handwritten or printed matters. Email. Electronic mail, popularly known as email, is a modern means of communication. Email has replaced letters. The system makes use of electronic method of transmitting and receiving information. We can easily send mail from one end of the world to the another end, and we can send it to the n number of people we want to attach in one mail. Voicemail. It is a computer-based system of receiving and responding to incoming telephone calls. It records and stores telephone messages through computer memory. The call can get the required information by dialing the voicemail number and then following the instruction of the computer. Voicemail is the current technology in which we are working. It is an automated recorded voice of a machine. Teleconferencing. Conference generally refers to meeting of people for consultation or discussion regarding any common issue. Teleconferencing is a system through which people interact with each other without physical sitting in front of others. People can hear the voice and see the picture of other and also respond to their questions even if sitting in different countries. There are two different types of teleconferencing. One, audio conferencing, and other, video conferencing. The first one, audio conferencing. It is a two-way audio communication system in which the participants listen to the voice and respond immediately, sitting at different places. People may listen to the voice through radio or television and put their question by using their telephones. Video conferencing. Beside listening to the voice, the participants of the conference can also see the picture of each other while taking the call. There are two different types of video conferencing process. One is one-way video and two-way audio. This system, the participants can listen to the voice and see the picture of the person sitting in the studio. It allows two-way audio, but the video is only one way. The audience maintain a contact with the studio through telephone, and the person in the studio listen to the voice of the participants. Second, both-way audio and video. Here participants at both the ends, that is studio as well as audience end, are able to listen to the voice and see the picture of each other. Barrier of communication. First, badly expressed message. Often the message is expressed in poorly chosen words or empty phrases. There is a lack of coherence, inadequate vocabulary, and inappropriate language. This lack of clarity and precision leads to unnecessary clarification. Screening or filtering. Successive transmission of the same message may be rendered less accurate because of its filtration. At each level, the message is screened by the receiver and only such information is passed further which gave a favorable impression to the sender. Inattention. Sometimes people fail to read bulletins, notice, minutes, and reports. They do not listen the communication attentively. Subordinates may believe that the information is not important enough to communicate. Such errors of judgment make communication ineffective. Unclarified assumption. When the assumptions underlining the message are not clarified, fifth, resistance to change. Human beings by nature prefer to avoid disturbance in their daily routine and generally resist new ideas. They want to maintain the studio quo. Everybody likes to receive that information which confirms his present belief and tends to ignore anything that is contrary to their beliefs and values. Mutual distrust. Effective communication is impossible when there is lack of confidence and mutual understanding between superior and subordinates. Status and position. Subordinate may not disclose the facts fully because of the fear of the consequences of such disclosure. They may deliberately mislead the superior or may hesitate to seek clarification due to the feeling that it will lower their prestige. 8th, complex organization structure. An organization structure involving several layers of supervision, use of staff specialists, and a long chain of command is a major barrier to the effective communication. Now we have finished the chapter. Let's move on the exercise part. What's the first exercise is? Match the following. There are two columns. First column is option 1 is telegram, second mobile phone, third fax, fourth voicemail, fifth email. On the other hand, right side, receiving and sending mails through internet. Second, instant transmission of a printed document. Third, short message service. Fourth, payment according to a number of word used. Fifth, computer-based system of receiving and responding to incoming telephone calls. Now, MCQs. Question 1. A system of communication in which payment is made according to the number of word used is called mobile phones, telex, telegram, pager. Question 2. Which of the following is an example of visual communication. A person saluting a national flag. A person reading letter. A peon ringing a bell in the school. A traffic policeman showing stop signal. Third question. Which of the following is not an element of communication process? Sender, receiver, message, feedback to the other than a sender. Fourth question, the communication with the help of picture symbol diagram is called as verbal communication, oral communication, third, visual communication, fourth, written communication. Which of the following means of communication is used for SMS, short messaging service, fax, telegram, mobile phones, email? By far now, we have finished exercise and explanation. I hope you all have understood it. Thank you. Namaste.